Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at what the Hive Mind is unleashing for 10th edition. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. The Hive Mind unleashes death from above with the winged Tyrannid Prime. We all love the teleport Homer, bringing in a squad of vengeful Terminators, but perhaps the real star for the Warhammer 40,000 cinematic trailer was the winged Tyrannid Prime. Who didn't love watching it rip that Terminator in half? Okay, the Terminator's mom wasn't a fan, but the rest of us loved the terrifying raw power on display. But what would such a creature look like in model form? So there is a little video. We're going to go ahead and jump into that. Alright, so we got that Terminator tearing it up. And then here comes the Tyrannid Prime. Digs in those big claws. And that's pretty cool. The Terminator starts shooting off his assault cannon. But I mean, this thing is awesome. I love the dynamic pose of this as well. So that was my first look at this model, and I really have to say it's awesome. Part of my problem with the Tyrannid Warriors before is they were just a little bit derpy, and the poses just weren't great, and I think this really takes it to the next level. Obviously, this is a Tyrannid Prime, which is included in the Tyrannid Warrior kit, but now we have the addition of the wing option as well. The Hive Mind has understood that simply walking up to your enemies sometimes won't cut it. So it has had a little Hive Mind think about it and come up with this Hive-style solution, wings. With this stroke of inspiration, the winged Tyrannid Prime is born. With frightening speed and maneuverability, they can drop down into the midst of the foe, slicing and ripping apart anything that gets too close. As a Tyrannid Prime, it boasts the strength of synaptic might of an alpha war beast. And just look at that face. If you were a Hormigaunt and this thing told you to jump, you'd also ask how high. So really cool. Definitely a big fan of this. It's been a long time since Tyrannids actually had models from forgeworld for the winged warriors or Tyrannid Shrikes. And essentially that's what this guy is. He's basically a like alpha Shrike, or now we're calling him a winged Tyrannid Prime. Either way, he is very cool. And honestly, I like the idea of another Synapse creature with wings. It's very cool, the ones that we already have, but always nice for the additional options as well. And the truth is, with the Tyrannid Prime on foot, he just didn't offer enough cool stuff for you to take him. Because there's plenty of other Synapse creatures that have other cool abilities that could easily fill the role. Really, the only thing that I was missing out on not taking a Tyrannid Prime was the special ability that they provide to you. And we're not even sure if that's going to be a rule going forward. So I'm definitely looking forward to how the Tyrannid army and model range flushes out. After about the second nerf to the Tyrannids this edition, I just put them up on the shelf because I had a feeling Games Workshop was just going to keep laying into them. And by the end, they were essentially unplayable. So now they've rolled back some of those nerfs, but it's hard to get excited for them after being on the shelf for literally decades, finally getting their day in the sun, only to be smashed by Games Workshop's nerfs. But I think with this new edition, hopefully they'll have everything simplified down a little bit, have everything balanced a little bit better, and Tyrannids can be fun to play, but also fun for your opponent to play against. There are still loads of things to show and tell about the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. Sign up for a newsletter to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Choose whether you sign up for Tyrannid themed one or Space Marine themed one. In the meantime, grab a unit of gargoyles or a harpy so the winged Tyrannid Prime has some flying friends. And check out the other reveals in the new 40k hub below. Definitely cool little picture from the animation here. Now I can't quite tell here. It looks like he sort of has like claws, and this one actually looks a little more like a sword. But it could just be that actual picture and the angle of it. I'm also definitely a little surprised that they didn't give us the normal like 360-degree view, or at least a couple more still shots of this guy. I do really like the dynamic pose. I love that it's sort of using its right wing as a kind of like foot or hand or whatever to kind of walk across the ground. That's definitely pretty neat and something that I could see a creature doing in real life. I do love the overall positioning of it on the base and just the look of it in general. I think they fixed the derpiness by just making it slightly taller and a little more ferocious looking than the older models. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. I'm not sure if Tyranids are going to get a bunch of other stuff outside of this box set, or if the majority of the new models are in the box set, and then they're just not going to see a lot of love. But I think my top wants for the Tyranid army model range, at least, is termagants, hormagaunts, gene stealers, and warriors. If they fix all those, honestly, I'll be happy. I'm not sure if we're going to get all of those, but I really, really hope so, as the Tyranid range has some cool new stuff that they added in. It has some stuff that they've added in over the years, but some of those kits are going back to when I was just a wee little lad. So really cool. Definitely glad to see the leader of the Tyranids showing up over here. I'm not sure that he's going to be too much competition there for the Terminator Librarian for the Space Marines, but I would imagine that their strength is in numbers, not so much just one-on-one combat. I'm not 100% sure, but from what Games Workshop has said so far, it sounds like everything from the trailer is going to be in that box set, which means at the bare minimum, we're still expecting a new Dreadnought and also a new Carnifex as well. Potentially it's the Screamer Killer, we're not really sure, but I am definitely looking forward to seeing some of the other mainstay pieces of the new box set, as well as just exactly how many of these little gribbly bugs we're going to be getting as well. So I think this is really exciting. Let me know what you're most excited about. Are you going to be playing the Tyranids? Are you going to be playing the Space Marines? Do you have a particular chapter or high fleet in mind? Always like to hear back from you guys, and definitely appreciate all the interactivity on the channel, all of the new subscribers, viewers, all that stuff. The channel growth over the last year has been absolutely amazing, and honestly, I can get up every day and make these videos, but if you guys don't watch them, I don't go anywhere. So thank you all for showing up every day, watching the videos, enjoying them, commenting, and just the overall positivity around the game that I love. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop items. And that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today I'm feeling grateful. And I'm out of here.